going on, y'all? Jimmy Mackrams. Time for episode 3 of season 1 of the House of the Dragon. I keep saying the house. I think it's just house. House of the Dragon. Really quickly, if you like the video, hit the like button for the algorithm and subscribe. Full link on Patreon. Let's not waste any more time. Daemon, Otto, Rhaenyra. Let's get to it.
The sea snake will have your boxy fucking head! No, please!
Sir, we can't be... Fuck. We can't be talking shit and then begging. We can't do it. Woo!
Burn the fucking Dryarchy gods alive!
You knew something awful was gonna happen to that guy. Even more so. I thought he might get caught in a fire. Instead, he got stomped on. Poor Drago. Can't even kill and mutilate people without dragons showing up. Oh, aren't you bright? Bounce! Good job. It's fine. That's all it took for him to bounce? I'm not mad at it.
2 years old and already our boy has a kingly presence.
He may yet, brother, but this morning he insisted on eating porridge with his hands.
He will grow.
That's how babies work.
The matter of the stepstones is regrettably urgent.
It's been 3 years. It can wait another 3 days.
Still is the worst. Wormfingers is so not a king. Unkingly.
Well said.
Your Grace.
Did I say to stop? From the beginning.
You may go, Samwell.
You are to stay by order of the princess.
The Queen commands you to leave the Godswood at once.
Poor bastard. Get out of here! Run!
Is it the king's command?
Yes, but
Then at once, your grace.
But it needn't be. None of it needs be this way in truth, Rhaenyra.
How old is she supposed to be? Teenage angst.
The days are long, but Aegon came quickly and without fuss.
That's a rough spot.
And you have duties.
As I am ceaselessly reminded.
I'm sorry?
As I am ceaselessly reminded.
You would need to be reminded if you ever attended to them.
No one's here for me.
I feel her pain. Best friend becoming a queen to your father, nonetheless, would be a bit of a shock. But it's been 3 years. I'm just saying, 2 years. It's been a while. 3 years. At least 2 years and 9 months. It's time to give it a bit of a rest.
The crown is at war, Princess. Though your father refuses to admit it, we've been dragged into it by your uncle and the sea snake.
And how have you served the man with late Lady Red Wine? We're eating cake.
Go ahead. Enough of these old trollops.
Was your own second named as grand as this?
I honestly
jerk.
don't recall, and neither will Aegon.
Lord Jason Lannister.
Hey!
The finest honeyed wine you'll ever taste. Made in Lannisport, of course.
Of course.
No, the King's Wood. It's fine hunting ground. But the best sport is
Shouldn't
to
like
be found
that
at
at all.
Castle Rock. To house dragons, of course. I'd do anything for my queen. Or lady wife.
Thank you for the wine.
You're of age, Rhaenyra. Jason Lannister is an excellent match.
He's arrogant and self-serious.
Well, I thought you might have that in common. Since you
Ooh!
came of age,
Wormfingers.
I've been...
Yes, the Royal Huntsman has sent a report, Your Grace. There's been a sighting of a white hart. The stag is the king of the King's Wood, Your Grace, a regal portent for Prince Aegon's name day.
Wormfingers would be completely worthless without Otto. Who's working for his own means, but that's not the point. Worthless. worked. Good job.
Was I named heir to the Iron Throne, so that I might only further raise the standing of a Lord of Casterly Rock?
Hmm.
You want me to kill him?
Haha! What? Aren't you cheeky?
Do you think that House Targaryen wants for strength?
If someone offered you more dragons, would you not take them?
Do you have dragons to offer?
I had assumed, as he's your firstborn son, many of us had assumed...
Many of us, you say?
There you go.
The
Speak.
Bannermen, all the lords of the kingdom would do well to remember that. Thank you for the gift.
Jason stinks. How unimpressive are you? Otto looks awful. Not Otto. King Wormfingers looks awful.
Closer to home.
Who do you have in mind?
Don't say it.
Prince Aegon.
What?
Not to be suffocated by all this fucking politicking.
Let us speak no more of it.
Otto's working. I appreciate the thought.
King Jaehaerys ruled over half a century of peace while his children drove him to the edge of madness. His daughters in particular. It is tradition, Your Grace.
He's fun.
The breach between your houses has not narrowed since I last spoke of it. It would do much to assuage Lord Corlys of any slights, real or imagined.
Look at you.
We must pray, of course, that Laenor survives the fighting in the Stepstones.
Which we could help with, obviously. Wormfingers is so worthless. He's so emotional. I don't call him weak either, because he's not weak, just worthless. Walk. Sure she'll be fine. Face might get fucked up. Awesome. That's probably why we shouldn't be out here at night, number one. Number two, she didn't want to hear the, she didn't want to attend the hunt because of the screams that sound like children. And we just see her cry and slaughter it. That's kind of beautiful. And awkward and awful.
I so wanted it to be true. To be a dreamer myself. I sought that vision again, night after night. But it never came again. But naming her heir would begin to set things right.
Oh, it did.
I never imagined I would remarry. That I would have a son.
That actor was acting his ass off right there. That was great. Speed this shit up. Aww.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a miserable existence. All these people applauding for you doing nothing while everybody's holding this beast in place. It's worse than hunting. It's like, it's not hunting. I'm not even sure what that is. I was about to say, when did she get pink dye? Oh, it's blood. Ooh. His face. He went, ugh, that's not very girly.
You must guide Viserys towards reason. He'll never find it on his own.
That much is true.
The gods have punished me for my indulgences.
At least the wine was good.
That's a great line. I might use that.
I was hoping we might discuss something.
Poor bastard.
Rhaenyra. Her wishes in this matter are irrelevant.
I do believe that Rhaenyra will marry Your Grace. But she must believe it is her choice to do so.
Look at you with some wisdom.
That I am forever doomed to anger one person in the pleasing of another.
Then I pose a simpler question. Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder thrives, or is vanquished?
Look at you. Break it down for dummy. I'm a fan.
What would you have me do?
If it was for advantage, you would have wed Laena Velaryon.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
That is true enough. I did waver at one time, but I swear to you now, on your mother's memory, you will not be supplanted.
Aww. I feel your pain, Worthless.
Damon.
Damon is why we are losing.
He at least is fighting this war. What role have you played in this council, Uncle? Other than master of complaints.
Enough, Lena.
The way they shoot him is menacing. Damon, that is. Lots of shots from behind. So to speak, pardon my language.
Alright, stupid. Time to shut your fucking mouth.
Oh!
Though time and circumstance have seen us estranged, know that it is not my desire to see you fail in your cause.
He just left?
It is instead my hope that this...
I don't know why he didn't take the dragon, because... yeah. Indeed. Oh, is this a last-ditch effort? Woo! Damon's an animal. Go ahead. All this instead of wait for help. If it works, I'm not mad at it. Get out there. Everybody missing. You stink. Why?
This is a sick Negro.
Finally, somebody. Two somebodies. Good job. Three somebodies. I want Damon to die. I'm just saying. Somebody's got to hit somebody at some point. Come on. This character design is great, by the way. The mask. He's got that, I forgot what's the scales. I forgot what they're called. Jorah had it. Grayscale. All running to kill this one guy? That feels like overkill. So to be fair, much hasn't worked so far. Dragon, please. Oh, there you guys go. Took you long enough. He just sauntered back into the cave. He didn't run. He didn't flee. Yeah, that sucks. Back into the cave I go. We really killed him off screen? Aw. He didn't seem like intimidating, like in hand-to-hand combat, but still, it would be nice to see. That was awesome. My favorite episode so far. Don't even think that hard about it. That was fantastic. It kind of had the all the dialogue that I like from the first two episodes of GOT. My favorite in particular is when Jason Lannister kind of accidentally questions King Warringfinger's strength. He says, "Well, if I offered you more dragons, wouldn't you take it?" You have more dragons. It's such a great line without being ham-fisted. It works. I like that episode a lot. And it had all the action with the great cinematography of said action from like season 6, we'll say. And the pacing, now that I look at it, is a lot closer to like, not outrageous like 7 and 8 were, but like 5 and 6, where we're moving at a pretty brisk pace. It's not a daily thing. We're jumping weeks, months, years at a time for shit to go down. That was great. That was great. I gotta be honest, I thought Daemon was gonna join creepy crab guys, and he would have dropped precipitously in my book, because then you're just jumping from place to place to be a contrarian, essentially. But here, no. My brother is coming. I'm gonna look like I needed to be saved by my brother, which, kinda. Instead, I'm gonna use an incredibly risky plan that Sir Lightskin George Washington here of Valerian or whatever. That was great. That was great. I love that episode. I like that episode a lot. That's my favorite, with relative ease. Rhaenyra started to bother me this episode. I cannot tell a lie, because teenagers and teenage angst always bother me, even if it's justified. Not the show. Show is awesome, but even if it is worth using, it's been 2 years and 9 months. I get it, but making that loser sing and then no, don't leave, and then I'm gonna pout, and then just ugh, enough. Then you go and do something about it. Absolutely, killed this stupid boar, brought it back drenched in blood, telling shit to your father who need to hear it. Great, all those great. She made up for it by the end. Awesome. Even Wormfingers, who isn't all that competent, it appears, or strong, or smart, or anything. He's kind of just there, to be honest. The actor does a great job, by the way, of making you feel these things. He kind of warmed me this episode. He doesn't seem like an inherently bad guy within the context of the show. He cares about his daughter, probably more than he should. He cares about his word, it appears like. All of his decisions have a weight to them that many characters, Daemon being one, I don't think they feel. Stuff happens, and I'm going to beat up this guy who just brought me a note from the king because I don't like what the note said. So I should take my aggression on this bum and feel nothing about it tomorrow. Not to mention he killed this guy who was ready to, yeah, my prince, and he got stomped. Ugh, poor bastard. That aside, this was awesome. Daemon is probably the MVP of this episode, relative ease. As for now, my characters on the show go as follows. Otto is still one. He did nothing to hurt himself, so he keeps his number one position. Draw goes to the champ. He did say that Rhaenyra could be betrothed to Aegon. You know that feels a significant ways away. The boy is too. Not a terrible idea. Not a terrible idea, because it saves you from the situation. Essentially, Rhaenyra is married, and then your grandson would still be king. That works. The king didn't go for it. At least doesn't appear he did. So Otto's still one. Rhaenyra is still two. She made up any losses she took. She made up for it by the end. And a slight downturn, we'll say, but not too much. 3 is Daemon, who got a slight bump in my book. 4, I didn't do 4 before, I'm going to do a 4. 4 would be, I don't know, know what? No. 4 would be Alicent, because she has definitely come into contact with some of her father's brains without his moral grossness. She's not only smart, but she appears to be able to break things down to where you yourself would understand them, which works for me. And then 5, I don't know his name, but he was talking to the king this episode. He talked to the king last episode where he gave his opinion. He gave his advice. The king didn't take it then. Doesn't appear he's going to take it now, but it worked for me. He kind of reminds me of, I don't know the guy's name. I was going to say Eugene's, like Science Eugene from The Walking Dead. Not Eugene, but the guy they brought on in later seasons as part of Yumiko's crew. I don't remember his name. He reminds me of that guy. It's kind of like Samwell, actually. A little like that, except not as... That's that. Anyway, I'm enjoying the show. I know you're all enjoying it. You had to. I loved it. Post your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe.